Can I open it now?
Yeah. Open it on the camera.
Okay, I'm gonna keep this.
So, I'm gonna take my earphones out because I don't really need them. So aggressive. Today we're gonna be solving a murder. There's been a murder in Market Hill. We got to figure out who did it.
I got it!
And who's stubborn.
I'm not stubborn.
And yeah.
I plead the fifth.
Hopefully. We can figure it out. Can I just put manual focus on? Yeah, hopefully the autofocus doesn't mess up too much. Welcome to, I don't know how to do this, Murder on Market Hill. Oh. Probably run through and check that we have all of the files. Part 1.
Oh, the part 2.
Yeah, I know, but part 1. We'll come back to part 2, I guess.
Well, no, we've got to check them both.
Do not move on to part 2 until you're instructed to do so. Let's put that up there. Part 1. Please open this envelope first. Check that all contents are included. See the back of this envelope. Complete the objective stated in the introduction letter to part 1 inside this envelope. If you need help, confirm your answers. Do not move on to part 2 until so. Yeah. Okay, so you should have an introduction letter addressed to P.L. Ayers.
Yeah.
Private, yeah. We've got classified ads. Newspaper.
Oh, this is like an old one.
Police witness report John Cheshire. We got police record of interview Arthur Fennick. We'll leave all of the police stuff up there. Police record of interview Bert Green. Margaret Hessler. A letter from Percy. London Evening Chronicle components slip.
Yeah.
Cherubia Gallery leaflet. Letter addressed to Percy. London Evening Chronicles newspaper dated Monday 13th. Oh, that's that one.
December 13th.
Monday 13th. Oh, is it that one? I think it's that one, but this is... I don't know. There's a component slip. This.
Oh, yeah.
Newspaper clipping dated Monday 29th. That? Is that this?
No, that's 23rd.
Monday 3rd. City Life magazine, Man About Town. Yeah. It does look awesome, doesn't it? Welcome in, Empire. How are you? Picture of three people: Isabella, it labeled Rachel, Percy, and myself. They are. Aren't not very good at.
Look at this one, not that one.
That was difficult. Police report Officer Joe Jacobs. Well, New York Star and Globe newspaper clipping. This one. Wait, no, this one. Yeah. Where's the ads? Do we have? Oh, that's. I know I am. Letter to my very dear friend Rachel. We need to get. What? Oh, fudge. What? Fudge.
Food.
Oh, food. I'll check again later. No worries. Enjoy your food. I'm slow. Sorry. Police witness reports Market Hill Station. All those, right? Yeah. Cool. The New York Star and Globe clipping dated Thursday.
Yeah.
That's that one. I don't know. Could be a second New York Star. Police report Officer Simon Stevens. A map and a business card of everything. Right. Do you want to read the introduction letter? Read it loud and clear for the class.
Dear Private Investigator P.L. Ayers. Ayers. I would like to hire your service to look at involving my uncle Percy. Many years ago, he confessed to the murder of a journalist named Randall Tomlinson. The story goes that early in the morning of the 13th of December 1955, my uncle Percy, Mr. Tomlinson, first train of the day at Market Hill Station on the Underground Network. Solved it. Done. End of stream. End of stream.
No.
Not long after, he had a crisis of morals and confessed to the police, who were in the midst of their investigation. By committing this foul crime and admitting it so publicly, he dragged the good name of our family and our family's business, local insurance limited, through the dirt. Despite my family's effort to mitigate the situation, with my grandfather going so far as to disown him, it was still a dark stain on our reputation for years. All of this happened before I was born. Growing up, my father rarely talked about Uncle Percy. This was 2023. His disgraced brother. I had to look into the sordid story myself. After researching the topic, I came to believe my uncle hadn't really committed the crime. Alas, no one wanted to listen to me, especially since Percy himself remained steadfast murderer. Even after his release in 1990, he never wanted to talk about it in any great detail. Almost as if once he left prison, he felt he was now allowed to move on from the whole affair, and as such, he joined the rest of the family in a desire to keep it buried. Of course, it was after his release that I came to know him. Percy was unable to reconcile with my grandfather before he passed, but he was able to reconcile somewhat with my father when he left prison, and that's when I first met him. Over the years, I came to know him as a kind and caring man. Indeed, the more I got to know him, the more it made me double down in my belief It seemed impossible to me that he could have ever killed someone, especially in such a cruel, cold, and calculated way. Recently, Uncle Percy passed away. All of his obituar- ob- obituar- obit- ob-
Abattoir?
obituaries.
Obituaries.
That is not a word. Mentioned how he pushed Mr. Tomlinson in front of the tube train at Market Hill Station. It made my blood boil that he would be remembered this way. Feelings made all the stronger, I suppose, by the by my convictions that he is innocent of the crime. My emotions are driving me to ensure that Tomlinson's case is investigated correctly. Despite my request, the police considered the case closed and refused to reopen it. Having since assumed the position at my family's firm that my father held before me and his father before him, etc. I've since assumed the position at the family firm that my father held before me and his father before him, etc. That is a sentence. I lack the time to properly investigate the case myself, so I am hiring you to do it. Included are the details I found during my previous attempts to research the case. I put in a Freedom of Information request and was about to access some of the police files from back in the day. Since the case was closed so long ago, they reasoned it was okay to do so. I saved some of the evidence online. You can view it here at www.iocast.co.uk/drive. To access it, the username is his email. Password, which is all lowercase and without spaces, is my grandfather's first name, followed by the year in which insurance was founded, and then the title of the film released on the day Randall was killed. Your objective for part 1 is to read all of the evidence in this envelope, brackets part 1, as well as all the online evidence inside the Locust Drive. I believe the main suspects are Niall Goodwin, Tony Harbour, Rachel Wiseman, and Lyle? Ian Lyle. If one of these do not have an alibi, we may have found our killer. Please update me with your findings by completing the form at another website. This will come straight through to me. I will come together more evidence I have uncovered. I will send these to part 2. The first objective. Please do not open part 2 until instructed. Very bossy.
Right, so I think the first thing that we need to do is trying to get access to the online drive. I realised that last time that was really important.
Yeah, we could have. I think we would have solved that one a lot quicker online sooner.
My uncle, Mr. Tomlinson. So,
what's the website?
Iocast Drive. iocast.co.uk/. We need to figure out the password.
Yeah, so I'll leave that.
So we got to figure out his granddad's name. Right. Granddad's name.
And
all lowercase without spaces is my grandfather's first name, followed by the year in which Iocast Insurance was founded, and the title of the film released on the day Randall was killed. Right, so let's figure out Man About Life.
That's the guy. That's Percy. That's the uncle. Percy's kind of fine.
Percy. Yeah. Raquel. Is it Raquel? I think it's Raquel. Rachel. Percy and myself, whoever this man is.
Myself. We need to figure out who myself is.
This is Percy, by the looks of it. Unless, well,
Well, that has to be one of the suspects.
it could be. Should we read this? Because these are the links. First link. This month featured man about town is Percy St. John. For many, the name St. John is a name they know from the world of finance. One of the oldest insurance brokers in the city of London, Iocus Insurance Limited, is currently run by Maxime St. John, who took over from his father, Aloysius St. John. However, Maxime's eldest son, Percy, is making something of a name for himself, in a way completely removed from the family Lime Street tradition, breaking through into the arts instead. When we sat down in his spacious flat in Kensington, he was immaculately dressed in a smart suit. Is this how he always dresses at home? No, but it is when I know I have company such as yourself coming. Completing the suit is the old school tie of Redmond College, the blue stripes of Barnet House. I didn't care much for Redmond, though that was probably nothing to do with Redmond itself, more just an aversion to being taught. Yes, I can see why an education is important, but I learnt more by more myself by reading books than I ever thought having a series of men shouting at me for 6 hours a day. Never really fitted in there. That wasn't helped by the fact that once I reached a certain age, I felt the expectation to follow my father and my father's father finance. We raised the question, if he doesn't fondly remember Redmond, why still wear the tie? I like the colours. I think they suit me. Also, well, there's a little bit of traditionalist in me, even if I do sometimes hate to admit it. Was he ever going to follow his father into the world of finance? I did find the world of finance so frightfully dull. I held off as long as I could. I was forced to spend some years at Iocus, but thankfully my younger brother Alexander came along behind me, and as soon as he was old enough, I pawned the role of successor onto him. A solution that seems to have pleased everyone, including Alexander. Grab me the pack of party rings. Including Alexander. Yes, he seems very happy. He seems happy in his role at Iocus Insurance. At least he said he was the last time we talked. Only once he was free of Iocus could he finally embrace his true calling. I'm very interested in the arts. At the moment, I finance a production of Shakespeare's Scottish play at the Market Hill Forum. Rehearsals are going very well. It opens in December and will run until January. Not to tempt fate too much, I'm hoping if all goes well, I might be able to start the St. John Theatrical Production Company and do more work like this. Party rings.
I brought pen and paper as well.
Yeah. Where did I get to? And do more work like this. When did this love of theatre begin? At Redmond, actually. It was one of the two things that made an impact on me, that and cricket. And the two things have something in common. Although I enjoyed playing cricket and acting in plays in my school days, I knew fairly early on that I wouldn't be good enough at either to make it a career. That's when I decided to produce. His interest in the arts clearly extends beyond the stage, though. The walls of his flat are beaming with artworks highlighting his eclectic tastes. They're all originals, he tells us. It seems a shame to waste such precious wall space with prints. When he lists the artists, however, none of them stand out as household names. And Kandinsky's and Van Gogh's and Monet's and all the rest, I have no interest in. Where's the fun in having an artwork countless people around the world have duplicates of hanging on their wall? All of these are my own. I enjoy visiting the smaller galleries around and sampling the work of new talent. My favourite is the Charabia Gallery on Market Hill, not too far away from here. It's not too far away from here. They have some very interesting stuff there. So much so it's become my favorite haunt of mine, and I've ended up spending so much time there. I befriended its owner, Vicky Milligan. That's how I found out about Rachel Wiseman. Many of the artworks aren't paintings, but photographs are, all very similar in design. Those are all Rachel Wiseman's. Those are all Rachel Wiseman's, he tells us. Met her at Charabia, and I just adore her work, and her as a person, too. She's very talented, a favourite artist or something more. No, for now I am merely her number one fan. So, that was a lot.
Yeah.
But it did give us a lot of information. First thing, Percy and Alexander. So this is, George St. John, yeah.
True.
You want to be designated note taker?
Yes.
Yeah. Baby bells for yourself.
I got you party rings.
I got the party ring stack.
What am I writing?
So Percy's the one that was, according to, be the murderer, right? So Percy is part. Percy is the uncle. Brother Alexander.
Alexander is a brother.
Brother's the Alexander, yeah.
How do I spell it?
Just Alexander.
I think it's the dad. Like, this guy's dad. Oh wait, he's not on the
Aloysius. Aloysius is the granddad.
Oh, okay. So dad. Wait. So this is the dad.
That's his dad, yeah. That's George's dad.
Yeah, and so I should be writing this as
from George's perspective, I guess.
So.
Aloysius is the granddad.
Granddad got two D's, like granddad.
No, it's granddad.
Granddad.
Yeah. Then Percy is the uncle. Yeah.
Raquel.
Rachel is Rachel Wiseman. What's her name? Wiseman. Photographer. And then we have Vicky Milligan. Your suspect.
Yeah.
VI CKI. Milligan's spelled correct. Well, is the owner of Charabia Gallery. Charabia. Right, so the password at the moment is
No cat.
no cats Elosius.
The the
Year in which Iocus Insurance was founded. So I guess we need to find out that.
Yep.
You want to go down that route first?
I like how black these and they don't like. I thought
The finest Christmas turkey. The disgraced British MP. That's
gallery.
Caribbean calories. With Iocus. British scandal. American journalist pushed under tube train. Owner of influential art gallery steps down from role. Not seeing anything on Iocus. You?
No. Xenophilia?
That's it.
Oh, it's to do with immigrants.
Yeah, it's like I think being xenophobic is like being racist in a way.
Oh. Oh, is that the one where? Oh no, I'm thinking of. What's the one where you like specifically like is when you I shouldn't name the examples actually now that I think about it, but like when how do I explain without the example? Like towards Chinese
Have race.
well obviously it's racism, but this is
Yeah, the other one is
yeah.
I'm not seeing anything that jumps out. Maybe the letters.
Wait, why don't we look at
I guess yeah, that will give us a date. Murder, right?
Yeah.
Who do you want to start with?
let's look for familiar names.
Look for Rachel.
Red go
Not have one for Rachel? What is this? Regarding your report on Melvin McAdams, and his lack of response to your interview request, I'm giving you the go-ahead to travel to his house in Warwick to confront him. The company will pay for the expenses for travel and accommodation. All of your receipts will pay them upon your return. You must travel alone due to the rising expenses not justify travel. Douglas Lawson. P.S. Just a reminder that we moved the time the paper goes to print from 11 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. When publishing and distributing and selling the newspaper on the same day, the extra 30 minutes. Oh. I guess let's read the article about him getting pushed under the train. Right? Do you want to read it or should I? American journalist pushed under tube train. The Central Line station Market Hill in London's W11 district was closed this morning after a man was pushed under a tube train as it was pulling into the station. Train driver Fred Jackson said he saw someone push the victim in front of the train on the first service of the day at 5:40 a.m. The victim was identified by the items found on his person, and following confirmation from his landlady, has since been identified as Randall Tomlinson from New York, who had been a correspondent at New York Star and Globe London bureau for 6 years. Police have said that they are confident that Tomlinson's death was not accidental, and have now begun a murder investigation. In particular, the police wish to speak to a photographer friend of the victim whom they think might be connected with the case.
Huh?
So, Randall Tomlinson is the victim.
Yeah.
And they have a photographer friend.
Rachel.
Which is probably Rachel.
I think he had dirt on them. One of them.
Who?
I don't know, but I'm just trying to figure out like the intentions of the murder.
Randall had dirt.
Well, yeah, because he was a very good journalist. Was very good at following up a story, doing investigation. Right.
Then let's read the Global Star ones because he's part of Global Star.
Yeah.
Fennick. Randall Tomlinson.
Arthur Fennick is right in there.
He's the editor of the New York Star.
The co-worker for them. Editor-in-chief. The editor-in-chief is Joel Schwartz.
So, disgraced British MP sacked from post, refusing calls to resign as MP was written by Randall Tomlinson. Or victim.
Yeah.
On a Monday, we reported on Sir Niles Goodwin, Britain's Secretary of State Fiscal Affairs, an MP for Stirping. We have uncovered proof that the MP had been having an extramarital affair with a teenage model at a hotel near Kensington Townhouse. Today we can report that Sir Niles has since been sacked from his post at the DFA by the Prime Minister, who also withdrew the whip from Sir Niles, meaning that he has lost position as a government member of Parliament. Now must sit as an independent. The government.
Randall was like. Randall was a very good person, according to all these police reports.
The government was facing increasing calls from both its both its own members and opposition members to sack at Prime Minister questions yesterday. The leader of the opposition asked the Prime Minister how the public could trust the government after the events of the past week, saying that Sir Niall's actions had brought the government into disrepute. The government, the Prime Minister disagreed, saying that while Sir Niall's actions were shameful, the public could still trust that the government were getting on with the business of governing and doing so more capably than the opposition ever could. Classic government. However, it seems that the PM has agreed that Goodwin's position was untenable. Sir Niles is now facing growing calls from his constituents for him to resign and trigger a by-election. But at the present moment, he is standing firm and has said that he has no plans to step down from his seat. When we approached Sir Niles for comment, he said, "I was given a mandate by the people at the last election to represent them. I intend to fulfill that promise for the entirety of my term. This is my life's calling, and I'm not just going to recklessly throw it away just because you press jackals can't mind your own business." However, when we approach residents of Stirping for their opinions, many of them told us that they lost confidence in Sir Niles and wanted to see him stand down. "He lost my trust," said one resident, "and if he can't be trusted to uphold even the most basic ideals of dependency, be a respectful member of society, then I don't think he's worth a seat in the House. I don't want him representing me," said another. Who did?
Randall, and they were arguing before he died.
What he did sickens me. Political commentator George Dennett gave us his stance on the matter. I think his career's in tatters. He's clinging on for dear life, but I think he's right. The writing's on the wall. I don't think he'll last until the next general election. But even if he does, he'll almost certainly lose his seat. I think he might as well bite the bullet now and just go. Extra. Just as this story was about to go to print, we heard from Buckingham Palace that Goodwin has been stripped of his knighthood. Oh. So, Niles Goodwin is a suspect, yeah. He is a British MP. Who got caught having an affair.
Here, I'll tell you what. So in this is from the landlady of Randall. She said he was a relatively good tenant, and towards the last year of him being alive, he did start throwing parties and stuff, but like, it was never like enough for her to be like, get out. And then on the 12th, she was often around his flat, just sometimes when I was through, but I don't want to make a fuss about his private life. Wait, what happened on the 12th? Oh, his girlfriend came around on the 12th, and then it was coming. Oh, so they were arguing, and she couldn't hear much of it, but she did hear Randall say, "Person set you up to this, you know he hates you." And then she says, "Stop lying to me. Why can't you be honest with me?" That was at 9 o'clock, and then they'd been arguing for an hour, and then she slams the door, and then drives away on a bike. And then, happened during Tomlinson's time as a well, there was one thing back in October. I bled the radiators before the candle was still at work, so I let myself into the flat. I have a key for emergency and was an invasion of his privacy. But I was only going to be a couple of minutes again. Well, when I'm in his flat, I see an envelope on the side table. It caught my eye because it was cash. Must have been hundreds in it. Did you confront Randall about it? No. I mean, it was suspicious, but I had no proof he did anything. I kept my eyes and ears open for anything that Randall might be. I never saw anything. The rest of it typed onto the envelope as if to keep it anonymous. Was there anything on the envelope or return address? No, there was no address. Did you post it? There was no post. I see. Is there anything else you can think? Anything else you think we need to know? I think that's everything. So I didn't get much from the other. This one I didn't probably read it, but I didn't. Basically, he's just a model employee.
Right. So write down Niles Goodwin. And then he got sacked from his job and stripped of his knighthood. And yeah, the reporter on that was our suspect, our victim. Also, the murder took place on Monday the 13th of December, 1965. The murder.
Wait, so...
As it was saying, the Central Line station was closed this morning after a man was pushed under. No, that's not what we're looking for.
Yeah. Oh, the release. Yeah. Oh, we need the title of the film that was released on the day Randall was killed.
Yeah.
So what was the day he was killed again?
Monday the 13th of December.
Day. $1965?
Yep. Letter full of cash. A letter from the editor. I know this little column I get to write is supposed to be about serious matters, about the government, about the opposition, about the economy, and about international affairs, about the health service, about trains, etc., and ad infinitum. Well, don't. Well, forgive me for a minute for a more facetious column today. Blame it on it being a Monday, or blame it on it being so close to Christmas. Blaming it on it being on a Monday so close to Christmas. But there is a matter that came to my attention I feel warrants further. The matter in question is a number of seemingly unusual things that have been insured for rather large amounts. The matter which came to my attention after hearing that the comedian Stoke Shelley, that's another name, Stoke Shelley, has recently insured his mustache.
How do I spell it?
STOAT. Shelley, SHELLEY. She woke you up. Insured his mustache at Iocus for £300,000. Taking out an insurance policy with the 234-year-old company.
So what did you say?
Insured his mustache at Iocus for $300,000. Yeah. But this is the important bit. Taking out policy with the 234-year-old company. So 1965 minus 234 is 1731.
1731.
So IOCUS was founded IOCUS was founded in 1731. I think. That's part of the password, right?
1730.
As he deemed it so integral to his public image. Upon further investigation, I found that this was just the tip of the iceberg, and such unusual policies are rather common.
Insure his mustache.
£300,000. Singer Rocco insured her vocal cords for $2 million. Guitarist Louis Ogier insured his fingers for $100,000. Food critic William Day insured his taste buds for $250,000. I don't. Before anyone asks, no, I have not taken out any ludicrous policies of my own. The job of a newspaper editor isn't that exciting. Okay, maybe this column wasn't the deepest of discussions, but hopefully it provided some mildly useful information. Advice? It did. I advise you to cut it out and keep it in your pocket during Christmas dinner when the conversation with your distant relations peters out and you need an icebreaker to get it going again. Just in case none of you received the latest edition of Book of World Records from Father Christmas. God, it really just called me out like that. So the last thing we need is the film that came out. Right?
Yeah. It might be in the other American one.
Yeah. This was Monday the 13th. Do we have anything else labeled Monday the 13th?
Yeah.
Thursday the 2nd. Furniture announces Christmas. Shillingwell soap. The sofa for sale. Cigarettes ad. Ruby Rouge. Have we got any other things about the movie? Oh. Upcoming cinema releases. Last week saw the premiere of the fourth and latest entry into the certain series of film featuring debonair British super spy James Bond. It's going to be a big one this year. Biggest film, so it's so big I don't even need to say what it is. You already know what it is. Will it be big enough to knock the Sing Austrians off the #1 spot? Huh? I guess we'll see. Interestingly, had its world premiere in Hibiya Cinema in Tokyo, Japan. Quite why they went so far to hold this event instead of staying on home soil, I was unable to find out, but my sources indicated it might be linked to the decision by the producers to set a film #5 in Japan and do a lot of filming on location, jetting off around the world to exotic locations and being paid handsomely to do so. What an arduous life those film producers must lead. Meanwhile, those of us living outside the land of the rising sun must wait a few more days until we can watch the film. for ourselves, it launches in the US on the 22nd of this month, and in the UK a week later. If any of my American co-workers in New York start wondering why I'm refusing the telephone calls between the 22nd and the 29th, it's because I'm keeping myself secure from any potential attempts to spoil the film for me. From any nasty people more suited to be working for a diabolical supervillain than a respectful news. But I'm sure it'll be worth wait. Watching the film's trailer has whetted my appetite, and from the few clips they gave us, I think it's a motion picture event that warrants genuine excitement like nothing that's ever come before it. Indeed, I think we need to cherish the excitement that can come from watching such a major motion picture. You don't get it from every film release, so when something special comes along, I don't feel there's anything wrong with acknowledging it and revealing it. I say this because I know many will scoff at a full-grown adult getting so hyped over just another film. But when such a mere film can deliver 2 hours of such joy, I say, why not get excited? I say 2 hours, even though I thought with all the returns to my cinema, I'll make it'll probably end up much more than that. Indeed, I failed to muster up such excitement for Mountaineer, which opens in cinemas across the city on the day this column goes out to the press. Mountain, and then EER. Mountain. No offense to the filmmakers, but I doubt anyone's reveling for this film. Hopefully, it's an entertaining adventure romp that will keep us entertained until December 29th. I have my doubts. It looks to me to be a rather drab affair made on the cheap. Case in point, I have it on good authority that the Himalayan mountain scaled in the film is actually in Snowdonia. I'm skeptical that the filmmakers will be able to fool us into thinking Northern Wales is Nepal, but I suppose I shouldn't prejudge. Who knows? Maybe it might work with a good director or photography who can shoot creatively. Either way, I hope the filmmakers remember to fly the Yeti back home after filming finished, because the last thing we need is another invasive species harming the indigenous fauna. Grey squirrels are bad enough. Thank you.
That's wrong.
What?
Saying it's wrong.
Lucius. Did I get that right? It was 234 years. Oh, 1720. No. 17...
What was it?
1965.
204. Are you right?
You sure you got the order right? Plant species is my grandfather's first name, followed by the year which Iocus Insurance was founded, and the title of the film that released on the day Randall was killed. Leo, welcome in! Twitch is not doing great. We're solving a murder.
We know the uncle was convicted of the murder, but the nephew of the nephew doesn't think he did it. So we're writing this from the nephew's point of view. So Uncle Percy.
I got it wrong. Lucius is the great grandfather.
Oh.
Maxim is the grandfather. Sorry. Hey, we're in. Sorry, carry on with your explanation.
Oh yeah. Alexander is the dad. Maxim is the granddad. Aloysius is the great granddad. Rachel Wiseman is the photographer and a suspect. Vicky Milligan is the owner of
The Sharabia Art Gallery.
An art gallery. Niles Goodwin is a British MP caught having an affair with a teenager. He's also a suspect and was sacked and stripped of his knighthood. Randall's time of death was Monday, the 13th of December, 1965. Don't Shelley is someone who ensured his mustache was what?
Insured his mustache with Iocus for 300 grand.
He insured his mustache with Iocus for 300 grand, and Iocus was founded in 1731.
Torn letter and the notepad page were both
Jonas
found inside Randall's briefcase.
Do you know what? I agree. I think Jonas also did it.
So I'll keep this drive up to date as best as I can, and if I find anything interesting, I'll add it below. The torn letter and the notepad page were both found inside Randall's briefcase. I imagine they were both in one piece. Train came. I was able to source the committee report through a contact that I have in the insurance industry. So, torn letter and notepad page. You want to read?
Oh, what am I reading?
Torn letter and notepad pages. Those were the ones inside of Randall's briefcase.
Okay. Hello, Uncle. I have something new. I can't read this.
I need to see if I can decipher what.
Yeah.
Hello, Uncle. I have blah blah blah. Victormative or realize what's or he pulled through, but young Neil. Oh, Neil.
Yeah. Oh.
It's fine, unchangingly. Your nephew Sam. Wait. Oh, we also know that an MP got disgraced. A name of Neil.
Niall.
Neil.
Niall.
What?
Niall got disgraced. Niall Goodwin.
Oh, Neil. Did I
Niall.
say it wrong? The Niles. Oh. Sam is nephew of someone. Because that can't be him, right? That would make him Sam. Because this definitely says your nephew Sam. And, well, it would say your hello, uncle.
This is to Randall.
Is it to Randall?
It was in Randall's briefcase, no?
Yeah, but it might not have been to Randall. Who was writing the typed up letter? You said someone was writing a typed up letter.
Was
Randall.
No, that was I didn't say that.
It was part of Randall's thing, right?
Oh, hold on.
Her landlord. The landlord.
It looks green envelope on the side. No, I mean it was suspicious, but I had no proof he'd done no proof he'd done anything criminal.
No, that was both. I was just thinking because it was typed. What was the other note? The torn letter.
That was it. He entered the Holland Park Hotel on 1911 at 23:12. Went into room 217. Left at 1:06. Appeared to be intoxicated. Returned to home address 41 Wessex Square, Wessex Square, Kensington, half a mile from Holland Park Hotel. Wasn't that?
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Oh wait, do you want me to reread all of left at 1:06 appeared to be returned to a home address 41 Wessex Square, Kensington.
Yeah. And Holland Park.
Half a mile from Holland Park Hotel. Room booked by Natasha Simons, who lived in a flat at 61 Arkwright Terrace off Market Road.
Market Road sounds familiar.
Market Road has been mentioned. That Market Road is where
Thingy lives.
Yeah, Randall lived. Margaret.
Your neighbour?
Doorbell label at Arkwright address gives real name as Alison Wright. Works in modeling, only 18 years old. This is the teenager. Ryan!
They can't see it.
Also?
Yeah, I think your hair showed up on camera while you were leaning in.
It's not fully blonde, it's more orange, but it looks so dark. Also, if you see me resting my boobs on the table, no, you don't.
My favourite is the Charybia Gallery on Market Hill. Not too far away from here.
Market Hill's.
Rest your boobs on my face. No, clear.
Starting to sound like Ryan.
So, what was the name of the girl?
Alison Wright.
Write that down.
Yeah, should I write a fake name?
Oh, did she have a fake name?
Yeah, Natasha.
Yeah, write both. Dr. Wilkins' lecture will take place in the Royal Observatory's Octagon on Monday, the 13th of December.
Say that again.
Greenwich Observatory announced Christmas lecturer.
Oh, here, down here.
Dr. Wilkins, Dr. David Wilkins of Prince's University, who will be discussing the discovery of cosmic background radiation ramifications. Dr. Wilkins' lecture will take place in the Royal Observatory Octagon Room on Monday, December 13th. Going on sale tomorrow.
The day
of the death. Where do we go from here? Whose reports do we have?
Niles.
You read them?
Oh, right, you meant these.
Police reports.
No, I read Margaret's and Bert. No, wait, I don't know if it was Bert. Oh no, I read Arthur's, sorry. Yeah, I read Fennec. So I haven't read Bert's.
Give Bert's a read.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to read? Oh. This is D.I. Bragg conducting an interview with Bert Green, a fellow journalist of Randall Tomlinson at the New York Star and Globe London Bureau. Current date and time is 14th December. Mr. Green, are you content with your answers being recorded on tape? I am. Thank you, Mr. Green. Now, can you tell me anything about Randall Tomlinson? Seemed like a fine enough guy. Would happily join in for a drink at Harry's bar after a long day work. That's a pub on Fleet Street.
That was aggressive.
We never all fit into one pub, but anyway. Wait, what? That's a pub on Fleet Street that all the journalists hang out. Well, one of the pubs. Every newspaper in the city has its own office at Fleet Street. We never all fit into one pub. But anyway, he was often tasked with chasing stories all across the country, driving up and down, left and right. He never complained about it. He always seemed happy to do it, not sure why. Maybe if he had a nice car, but all he drove was a small old car. Was there anyone at the newspaper or any other paper who would have wanted him dead? The only guy that's coming to mind is Ian Lyle. Who's Ian Lyle? Ian Lyle works at the London Evening Chronicle. He had been working on a story about NATO operations in the UK, but was having difficulty locating a key source like Maxwell. Apparently, this Maxwell's American, so he asked Tomlinson over a drink at Harry's bar if he knows anything about Maxwell. But Tomlinson says he doesn't. A couple of days go by. Then Lyle sees a, in his words, near identical story on NATO in the European edition, the New York Star and Globe under Tomlinson's byline. Well, Ian believed Tomlinson stole his idea and nicked his scoop. Plagiarism? Well, not plagiarism as such, but Lyle thinks it's bad for Tomlinson to run his own story and not pass on Maxwell's info to Lyle. Lyle thinks Tomlinson took the idea he shared with him in confidence and wrote his own story. Of course, even if what Lyle says is true, Randall never broke any rules. But if that's true, then Randall showed poor etiquette. That's not a thing that's lightly forgotten. Is what Lyle claimed true? I don't know. Lyle confronted Tomlinson about it, but Tomlinson denied it. He said, "Yeah, Ian Lyle."
Oh, right.
He said he had been working on the report before Lyle ever came to him that Maxwell was a friend of a friend he had at the embassy or something. That's how he was able to get a quote from him. And that's the reason he didn't pass on Maxwell's information, because he wanted the scoop for himself. Sounds a bit implausible, but that's if you believe Ian's side of it. In fact, it all started over drinks and didn't help things. Randall said he's been upfront with Ian that he was working on a similar story at Harry's that night. Ian denies this. I guess it's all a case of he said. What did Lyle do after this? Ian said he's going to get his own back in some form. Was saying at Harry's last night that it was good riddance. Randall died. Oh.
Wait. How is me for that picture? The Polaroid. Me. What's
It was me.
myself. Wouldn't that just be like no.
I see. Is there anything else that No, I don't think so. One last thing. Randall's landlady told us about Randall receiving large payments of money. Do you know anything? No, well, come to think of it, a couple months ago, we ran a story on the government's new migration policy. Part of our story, we talked to several people in London about valid work permits. All of them only agreed to talk to us on the basis that we kept their identities hidden. Tracked down this one American guy called Harbour, worked in shipping. Apt name, I thought. And who was living in the Market Hill area. Randall told me that he'd seen him around his area on more than a few occasions, so was worried that a particular lead might be too close to home. I think he was overreacting, but we had enough testimonies from other people that we didn't need Harbour's still. If Randall knew where he lived, I wouldn't be surprised if Randall was blackmailing Harbour for not having a visa. Journalists are powerful people. Wouldn't want to be the subject of a story that could jeopardize your career, let alone your life you've made for yourself here in Britain. Interesting. Well, thank you for your time. So, Harbour could be getting blackmailed by Randall. That's Tony Harbour's business card, based in Fleet Street. We haven't read any of the letters, right? Oh, this is addressed to Percy. Dear Percy, following on from your letter of December 7th, I totally agree that Tomlinson's behavior is reprehensible and inexcusable. He should be taught a lesson. But as Rachel is the wronged party in this matter, I believe you should encourage her to be the one who does the teaching. However, if Rachel decides not to do anything about it, I think I should have some sort of backup plan. This is what the letter means. As much as I am fond of Randall, I feel you really need to ensure that what he does can never be done again. We'll leave the details up to you. I've included your letter to me with this one, because should matters escalate, I wouldn't want you to worry that I possess any potentially incriminating material against you. It might be prudent to destroy this letters. Audio disappeared, but for a sec, got you back now. Good. So whoever sent this letter to Randall could be murderer. To my very dear friend Rachel, regarding your first public exhibition at the Cherubia, all I can say to you is cabbage is one of the necessary ingredients you must. Congratulations. You earned it. You earned it with love. Great. It's one of those things. Why is it encrypted? Or is it just a poem?
No, because it says congratulations.
Yeah. No, but that's what I mean. Is it just... Did they just write a poem? You've earned it with love, Randall. Very dear friend Rachel.
Dear friend, I hope this letter finds you well. I'll be blunt. I turn to you in my hour of crisis for some advice. It's about Rachel and her relationship with Tomlin. I know it's become something of a joke that I pine for this woman who doesn't have any interest in me. But rest assured, that has nothing to do with any romantic feelings or intention. Rachel is a good friend of mine. She proved that when she took the time to hand make a beret for me, just as she did for you and our small group of friends. I wear it like a badge of honor. Well, only when it's cold outside. Anyway, Tomlinson takes advantage of her. You must have seen it in our jaunts to the dogs races, which I have to say is not my choice of outing. Believe me, I wouldn't voluntarily subject myself to such a classless place. But then you weren't there when I took a cricket match that did not go too well. Apparently, they didn't think much of it compared to the version of rounders you play in America, much to my disbelief, but that's by the by. Anyways, to the real nub of the matter, at the dog races, Tomlinson will often quickly waste his money on dogs that couldn't chase their own tails, let alone a motorized rabbit. Quickly, he finds himself broke by the second or third race of the day, so he goes to Rachel and starts begging for money, with the promise that he'll pay her back at a later date. Now Rachel is infatuated with Tom. I'm not sure if he fully reciprocates, but I don't think he does. Either way, he knows she'll do anything for him. Indeed, he knows he can ask her for the money for his bets, and he'll get it every time. Surely you must have seen this happen. I'm worried that what's going to happen if this keeps up. In a private conversation, Rachel says Tomlinson never remembers to pay back. How convenient. I've tried talking to Tomlinson about it, but he brushes me off. Something needs to be done about this exploitation, preferably sooner rather than later. I think it's our only matter of time before Rachel's goodwill runs out, snaps. I didn't want her to do something she regrets later. Tomlinson needs to be taught a lesson, and I think I might be the one who has to do it. Please advise. What course of action should I take? Yours sincerely, Percy St. John. So these two letters are connected. And so Rachel, I think this is Randall.
Yeah.
We don't really have any evidence of that.
I can't figure out that.
I think it's literally just a poem.
Yeah. But it is like it's just a poem for congratulations.
Yeah. Is there any meaning behind the words?
Going out to make coleslaw.
Do you have any pictures?
No.
Do you want to read that?
Patrons of RT Gallery on Merton Street shocked today to find the gallery, including all the exhibition spaces and gallery coffee shop, closed. It came without prior warning, with the only explanation for the side of the door, no attributed only to the gallery staff. Read, the gallery manager and owner, R.T. Macmillan, has had to return home to deal with family crises that have arisen suddenly. Such is the nature of these crises that she does not know when she will wait. Such is the nature of these crises that she does not know when she will return to London, and as such is stepping down from her manager. It is her wish and ours that the gallery not disappear, but we will require some time to determine how it will operate without her. Once this matter is sorted, we shall reopen. Sincerely apologize for the inconvenience, said one Merton Street resident. The RT was more than just a stuffy art gallery, community space that did its best to try and bring people from different walks of life together. I hope this isn't the end of it. It would be such a shame to lose it. Meanwhile, John Botti,
John Botty.
a patron who had purchased a piece and arrived to collect it, was dismayed to find no one to help him. I spent almost £70 on that piece, but I can't get to it. I hope the situation is quick. I like the RT, and I don't want to have to resort to legal action, but I will if I have to. It was going to be a Christmas present as well. It really nice piece. The Evening Chronicle approached the RT gallery for comment, said they would put out a proper statement in due time. They took the opportunity to reassure anyone with outstanding purchases that all orders would be filled. This count as a vlog.
What? This count as a vlog, I guess. So I'm just reading this because this guy is the same guy as in here. Like, same face.
Oh, yeah.
So it says, where did you first meet the man in the photos? You should know, you were there. For the benefit of all the readers who weren't. Okay, there was an ad in the local paper last year for Thanksgiving dinner for Americans who, whatever reason, weren't going back home, but still wanted to have a big meal and celebrate. A dinner held by our very own interview. In the end, there were 7 of us. I was sat next to the man. Everyone was very nice. We all had a good time. But there was something about the man I thought was very photogenic. To use a photographer's term, I wanted to get more portraits in my art. I thought he'd be a good fit. So I plucked up the courage to ask him if he could be my muse. Very flattered to be asked, but it's worked well. It started off as just an experiment to see what it would look like, and now he's a semi-permanent fixture in my photos. But he doesn't want to be named. He was okay doing the shoots when he thought it was just a private thing, but when he heard that they were going to be publicly displayed, he got all self-conscious about it. I finally persuaded him when I said I wouldn't name him anonymous. Most of your portraits of him are out and about, as opposed to studio bound. But a studio is a rather boring place. Much more fun being in the world. I think that the muse works well. That's why my muse works so well as a muse. He likes going to the same places I enjoy going, so he accompanies me on my travels. Actually, it's quite useful. He has a car, quite a small one, but still. I've only got a moped. He often has to travel for work as well, so I sometimes accompany him with his travels. Is he anything more than just a muse? Oh no, we're just good friends. We're both New Yorkers and we both like the same books and movies, etc. So we hang out together a lot. Even when I'm not doing any photography. We both like to going to see the Greyhounds races at Wembley and Wimbledon. Well, I have taken photos there, but only once. Yes, there are some very good photos of dog races. Just good friends. Okay, history books. What's with the beret he wears? It seems he's wearing it in almost every photo. It's my beret. I couldn't find the pattern and color beret I wanted in the shop, so I learned how to make it myself. I was experimenting with the new types of photographic film. I thought the photos could do with more color, so I gave it to him to wear. Film was brought out. The film brought out the burgundy of the beret nicely, and it really made the photos pop. It really made the photos pop. So I decided to use it again, in some more shots. After a while, he took a liking to it, wanted one for himself, so I made him one. But then suddenly everyone else wanted one too. It became a little emblem of our friendship group. As he thought about taking up modelling, as you probably gathered, he's rather shy and self-conscious. I don't think he'd pose for anyone but me. He seems to think of it as a fun side hustle rather than a serious pursuit. I'm serious in the arts of the two of us. I mean, I think he'd be pretty good in commercials, but I think he sees his journalism career as his life calling, which is fair enough. Hopefully, this public display will show he has nothing to be self-conscious about and help him with his self-esteem. Well, hopefully, we'll be seeing more of him in years to come. Yes, I hope so too. So that was by B.W. Milligan over in Manager and Curator. Rachel, so this is our victim. And then, yeah. So I'm guessing there's 7 people in this group, right? And we know 4 of them. Yeah. Because we know Rachel, Randall, Percy, B.W. Milligan, Vicky, right?
Yeah, Vicky.
This geezer, whoever they're talking to.
Don't forget to...
Do we have any police report on Rachel? What's in the...
There. Stanley Garfield.
Do we have a... Fred is the train driver, right? Yeah. What did he say?
As I was pulling into the station, I saw someone on the platform. It's not a busy station, especially at that time in the morning. But there's this one guy there by himself on most mornings. Anyway, that morning I was concentrating. I didn't get a good look at what. Out of my peripheral vision, I saw someone give the man waiting a shove, and then I saw him fall in front of my cab. I already was applying the brakes, but I slammed him on just because it was down all in time. I saw Bill give chase that push victim, so I felt no need. Okay, so Bill is on the side. I was at the far end of the platform. The platform was empty, so when the victim walked onto it, he didn't bother me. Just stood there at the halfway point. I see him every day. He always wears this pattern beret that looks handmade. Never really always catches the train, the first train of the day. There's only one other guy who catches the train, not every day, once a fortnight, I'd say. He always asks the victim for a cigarette whenever he saw him. Always the other guy was an American and would always ask, thick accent, got a cigarette, pal? But he wasn't there that day. Just as the 5:40 train was pulling into the station, I saw the murderer run onto the platform. At first, I thought they were just wrapped up against the train. It took me a while to realize what was going on. I couldn't believe it. It was also unexpected. The victim had moved closer to the edge of the platform as the train. get on as soon as both were open. And just at that moment, we ran on and ran away. It all happened so fast that I didn't really get a good look. As I said, they were wrapped up in so many layers of clothing. They had a thick coat on and they were wearing a beret hat, scarf wrapped around them. So it is one of the clothing. They had a thick beret. So I couldn't tell if it was a man or a woman. I'm certain they were shorter than the victim. The murderer didn't stick around. If I'd been thinking straight, I would have given chase straight away. But the fact that I was still a little groggy meant it took a bit of time to process it. I chased them up the escalator to the office, but they were able to run out into the street. Then they got on a motorbike. The girlfriend, I think it's Rachel, then got on a motorbike and sped off north. I tried to take down the license plate number, but it had been covered up. I was in the ticket booth. Yeah. I was in the ticket booth. The victim
Yeah,
arrived.
because he's taller.
The victim arrived first at around 5:35 by my watch. He's always our first customer of the day, always gets there for the first train of the day, and never misses. Murderer followed later, about 30 seconds or a minute later. They were dressed. It was cold outside, so that didn't seem peculiar. Though I did notice that beret was the exact same color as the man who was killed. I thought at the time it was a striking coincidence. Next thing I know, I heard someone running up the escalator a few minutes later. It was a murderer who had dashed through the office. Bill tried to chase them, but I heard the motorbike speed off. Bill came back and told me what had happened. Then he went back to check on Fred while I closed the station and
So they were shorter than him. We got a lot from those.
yeah. Have a note. Market Hill is a tube station on London Underground Cricklewood Market Hill is a tube station on London Underground Central Line's Cricklewood extension that branches off the main line between Way and Notting Hill Gate. Hillgate?
Yeah.
We have 3 testimonies from underground staff working that day. Fred Jackson, who drove the train in question, Bill Straw, who was the platform guard at the station where the murder occurred, Dan Garfield, working in the office. Simon. Oh, this is one of the officers. We received a call from Miss Winfred Huxley, 7 Wessex Square, saying at 5:30 a.m. saying they had a vagrant passed out in their garden. They were worried about confronting them in the case. Oh, it can't be Niles. He was fucking the 18-year-old. I mean, it's true. We arrived and were able to get the man to respond. He had clearly been out drinking the night before and hadn't fully get off yet. He seemed to live at 41 Wessex Square and had failed to fully make it home. We drove him up to 41. Sure enough, he had the key with him and was able to let himself in. He was still intoxicated and finding it. That's why he promptly fell asleep on his bed after making sure he was safe. Ourselves out. December 13th.
That's Percy, right?
No, that's.
Wait, is it who lives at 41 Wessex?
That's Niles, because that's what Allison was. That was when Allison was mentioned, because he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm fucking this 18-year-old."
Wait, really?
But
I know what you mean.
I don't remember what.
Wasn't a police report,
It was
right?
one of the news.
This one?
The D-Night one. The MP one.
Oh, this one.
I think so. I don't remember where I read it.
No, it
No,
was
it's
not
not.
on that one. It was on something that you were reading. It wasn't a newspaper, I think. No. Ah, it was this. So Niles Goodwin, Secretary of State for the Department of Fiscal Affairs, and MP Zerping has been seen having an affair with an 18-year-old model. Discovered that the minister frequently meets the model at the Holland Park Hotel, half a mile.
He entered the Holland Park Hotel in 1911 and went into room 7, left at around 1 a.m. Returned to home address 41 Wessex. Yeah, this is
Niall.
This is Niall. Niall's innocent.
Are we sure?
Well, yeah, because he got returned to his apartment on the same day at 5:30.
Sure.
Yeah.
Where the murder took. I guess he was intoxicated.
He was intoxicated and with the police.
Yeah, so Niles is innocent. American guy.
Well, she's not actually teenage.
I think is Tony Harbour. It wasn't him. It wasn't Tony. Because it said that the American guy wasn't there that morning.
Yeah.
I think.
About Tony. Among the files I gave you, the name Tony Harbour stands out as something of an enigma. From what I could gather from the files, he did. So I tried to find out more about him in the hope that it might shed some light on the murder. I couldn't find Harbour himself, but I did track down Millie French, old flame of his. I approached her for information and answered the questions I had about Tony. I typed up a transcript of the recording I took. Transcript of questions I asked Millie French. When did you first meet Tony Harbour? 1965, late spring. I think either late May or early June. Came into the bookshop where I work in at the time and asked if I had the first edition of Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis. I remember the book distinctively because in his accent it sounded like Mr. Hard.
Mr. Hard.
It came so out of the blue. While we did occasionally get tourists in the shop, for the most part, the accent of the customer were all pretty alike. Came in a few times, always asking for particular editions, like TC, a bibliophile. I guess I caught his eye because after coming into the shop a few times, he asked me out. What was he like? He was a very charming fella. I remember being impressed by how many business trips around Europe he had to take. This was still when flying was out of the monetary reach. One time, he even took me with him. We went to Copenhagen. I was the first person in my family to fly out on an airplane. I was worried people might think I was only going out with him for the luxuries of it all. That wasn't it at all. He wasn't that rich, really. He just worked for a big company, got to travel a lot as he was manager. How wealthy was he? He didn't live in a mansion or anything. He lived in a townhouse on Elgin. No. A stone's throw from Market Hill. Market Hill. It was perhaps a bigger house than a man who lived alone needed, but then he did use one of the bedrooms as an office. Remember him ever interacting with a man named Randall Thomas? I'm sorry, I don't know anything about Randall Thomas. He might have been a friend of Tony's. Tony didn't really have that many friends. He wasn't very sociable. That he was unfriendly, he wasn't. Just didn't engage with people that much. However, I do remember one occasion when we were walking down Market Hill Road and Tony stopped by a basement flat to slip an envelope in the letterbox. So he did give Randall.
Basement.
Yeah, Randall lives in a basement flat.
Oh.
He said it was a little present for one of his American friends. Do you remember what the letter was? Yes, I had seen it in his office before he sealed it. It was a big bundle of cash. I was just walking past the office. I looked in and there it was on the desk. I didn't ask him about it though. It wasn't my business and I didn't want him crying or be. Why is everyone. Why? This isn't the real UK. If this was the real UK, everyone would be up everyone's asses.
You're not wrong.
Was Tony being blackmailed? I have no idea. I don't know what he could be blackmailed about. When did the relationship end? That year, 1965. He had to go on a business trip to America, but he never came back. I remember when he left, I took the opportunity while he was out of town to buy him a Christmas. Then I never had the chance to give it to him because he vanished off the earth. The only memory I have of Tony is his business card. You're welcome to take it. Thank you. Is there anything else you think I should know? No. I've since moved on with my life and tried to forget about him. I see. Well, thank you for your time, Miss French. You're welcome. I wish you the best of luck with your investigation. So Tony gave him the money. Committee report. 10 Global Exports was founded in 1951, offering international freight and shipping services. The main headquarters are in New York City, but they have regional district offices in Hamburg, Rio de Janeiro, and Singapore. The company was founded by Patrick Rigg, who remains as CEO today. The investigation was opened by the ICFI, led by the Corporate Oversight Committee. Cock.
Got him.
Following that, PGE was lying about the size of their of cargo ships that this was a potential attempt to defraud investigators. Cock. As part of our investigation, 2 sessions were held. The first on Friday, December 10th, 1965, after which the committee reconvened after the weekend. These sessions were held at the Koch office in Washington, D.C.
My favorite kind of office.
Present to give evidence is present to give evidence as these sessions were members of the PGE board, both domestic and international, including Patrick Riggs, CFO Guy Harris, and all managers of all overseas offices. PGE claimed in last year's shareholder meeting that it had 13 ships in its fleet. However, an investigation by the New York Star and Globe revealed that only 6 ships had actually been registered as having docked in the port of last year. PGE was able to account for all 13 ships, but did confess that only 6 were currently in active service. Said Mr. Rigg, we committed to maintaining the PGE fleet and ensuring the pan-global exports only continue to grow. However, we have begun to face setbacks in recent time due to how international shipping works. The new container-based ships and ports have rendered several of our older ships completely obsolete. We are working on adapting our vessels where possible to be compatible with container-based shipping. The European PGE office based in London has been able to ensure a shipyard in Lithuania to completely upgrade. When asked why they had gone behind the Iron Curtain to have this work done, the European manager told the committee, "We are committed to keep costs down where possible to ensure that the profits are as high as as high as can be for our investors. We found the particular shipyard we used was the one that could deliver us the cheapest price for the upgrade required. And that let me assure everyone here that just because the costs were low does not mean that any corners were cut.
Welcome in. Yes, you missed something about it.
Cock office. Ultimately, investigations into the unaccounted for ships led the committee to believe the PGE had indeed been lying about the size of its fleet. The ships not currently in active service were deemed not to be undergoing upgrades in line with what PGE alleged. The committee ruled that PGE had broken fraud laws and revoked their license to operate in the United States. What did you guess about?
So I think these two letters are between Percy and Lyle, not Lyle, Tony.
Oh, Tony.
Because it says that he's American, right? It says apparently they didn't think much of it compared to that version of Rounders you play in America. Baseball.
I love Rounders.
Baseball. And then Lyle, recording your report on Melvin McAdams. We heard the name Melvin McAdams yet? McAdams.
I don't think so.
Who was the one? What was that report about the European guy?
I'm not showing my cock, guys. I'm showing my boobs.
I'm actually just gonna lie on the table and just start. Anyway.
This is my cock.
Bloody hell, it's huge. Yeah. Who was saying about it was in one of the witness reports about like if he had any enemies. It was Lyle.
What?
In one of the witness reports it was saying about
oh, you're an it's didn't you think why anyone would have wanted him dead? Aside from all the people he took down with his investigation, well, there was an incident earlier this year. A journalist at the London Evening, Ian Lyle, said Randall had stolen his idea, something to do with an auto man, Mike Maxwell.
A call was received at 5:50 a.m. on the 13th of December from Melvin McAdams, who said there was an intruder on his property. We went to his house to investigate the matter. It turned the intruder was a journalist from the London Evening Chronicle. We arrived. The journalist was on the pavement in front of McAdams' garden. Said they had never gone into McAdams' garden. McAdams claimed that the journalist had gone up to his house to ask him questions.
I want a party ring! No way, you read the entire pack! Show them the pack! I gave him a full pack of party rings! A full pack! Where are they?
It is! Can have the crumbs.
Do you know what? I'm going to eat another Baby Bell then.
A journalist had gone up to his house to ask him questions, and and had only retreated to the pavement when he followed through on his threat to call the police if they didn't leave. As for telling the truth, well, it ended up not mattering too much because McAdams decided not to press charges as long as the journalist stayed on the pavement off his property. I informed the journalists of this, and while they were somewhat resentful of being accused of something they claimed they had not done, they agreed they wouldn't go any further onto the pavement. Why you always get me vanilla?
I don't like vanilla.
So, at 5:50 a.m., Lyle was at.
Oh.
And out surprise party. So it turns out it was a surprise party, and my friends weren't actually at D&D. Oh, nice! Yeah. Oh, so they lied to you and say that they were at D&D, but was. Wait, then why wasn't I invited? I think it might have been a bit far. Not gonna lie to you, Cleo.
Just a little bit.
Ooh, a little bit. Apparently, everyone almost spilled the details. Well, if they're anything like you, Venus, if your friends are anything like you, I can imagine. No offense. Or if they're anything like Charlotte, because Charlotte can't do surprises.
There you go, Cleo.
Night out and spoons to make up for it.
The fuck you mean anything like me?
What was that Scottish thing? Burning.
Oh, what's Burns Night?
Venus, what is Burns Night?
It was on my calendar earlier. And it's like a Scottish holiday, apparently.
Yeah. Because apparently it's tonight. Famous poet called Robert Burns. Oh. This is Salmon.
No, this is Luna.
Oh, this is Luna. Mr. Burns from The Simpsons.
In celebration of him, favorite. Oh.
What is it? Children? What? I don't know. Can we get back to solving the murder now, Luna?
She's so cute.
No, don't say that. Mark the evidence. So, can we cross off the people that we think it's not? Lyle.
I Lyle down.
Lyle was the other reporter, but it's not him because he was at Melvin's house. Warwick. Which is Warwick.
Not near London.
No, but I don't know if it's on this map.
It won't be because Warwick is. Oh, there's another side.
Oh. Randall's flat is there.
Hmm. Oh, you can see what gallery's that.
View gallery. Said public house. Hit Hill Road. Holland Park Hotel. Market Hill Station.
Wait, I'm looking professional and everything. What did I do?
Did you just say it's children? I didn't say anything. Yeah, it must be like Warwick as in Warwick, right? So, yeah, it can't have been Lyle. Who was on this evidence?
Niall, Tony,
Niall.
Rachel.
Tony is my prime suspect. Rachel. Can't have been Lyle. Can't have been Niles or Lyles. It's none of the Isles.
When do we go on?
Have you ever had a haggis before? It's a traditional Scottish meal, but I don't want to just assume. Wait, that's. You had your notepad. You were so locked in. Oh. So, do we just think it's Rachel?
I think it's Rachel. Because
Rachel and Tony. I mean, Rachel and.
Rachel or Tony.
Yeah, Rachel and Tony.
Because we don't know Tony's height.
Yeah, we don't know how tall Tony is. We know that it's not Percy because he's taller than Tony. I mean, taller than.
We give you a fucking pigeon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that.
I have eaten this pigeon. That I have done that.
Can I flex my pens?
Pens.
These are the pens I'm using, the cinema roll pens.
Also known as cinnamon roll.
According to Coral and Jack.
Yeah, because her hair is like most of her height.
And she's probably wearing heels in that. She looks like a woman who wears
And we know
heels.
that it's part of the gang. What was
I think we put Rachel.
Rachel, you reckon?
Yeah.
What was the website?
Because he disappeared back to America and was never seen. But if he disappeared back to America and was never seen. But the woman.
Tony disappeared.
Yeah, but the woman at his apartment, aka his girlfriend, had the motorcycle.
Well, they think it's the girlfriend, right?
I think it was Rachel. But it's between Tony and Rachel. I don't know.
Maybe it was both of them.
But why did Tony disappear out of nowhere? Oh wait, we still haven't read this, by the way. Interview with Rachel Wiseman.
October, it's a drop down.
October 1987.
Main suspect.
For some reason, Rachel Wiseman's piece consume was too radical a departure for her unique perspective of city life that made her such a success in the photography world for the last 2 decades. But those who say that it's not truly representational of what makes Wiseman an artist will have some more reasons to complain. As Consume has just been added to the collection on the wall of the Boston Museum of Art, even though it has its detractors or detractor. So many, it is a wry look at the nature of advertising and marketing in our urban society. To celebrate this milestone in her career, we sat down to talk. This was like after the murder, way after. I have to read all this. What was your inspiration behind this? But we all feel bombarded with advertising and branding everywhere, don't we? It's so in your face, yet also works on that almost subliminal level too. I really wanted to reflect on that, and I don't know, maybe it's not as clever as it could be. It's quite on the nose. That's also the point in a way. Either way, I hope people would get a kick out of it, and it seems they are. So that's, I think, quite a good thing. Where did the idea for acrostic come from? How long did it take to make? Once I had the idea, I got. Okay. So thankfully, I had some good weather that week.
Building Lego. What Lego set you? Did you get some for your birthday?
Oh, in a way, it's a homage and a tribute to an old friend of mine who died a long time ago. His name was Randall. We met when we were Americans. The fun character when I had my first exhibition at the Durabia Gallery. Sent me a letter of congratulations, except he didn't just write congratulations, he did it well. I bought him that. I'd like to put that out there. I'm his sugar mummy.
Your bonsai tree should be friends with my piranha plant.
Oh, piranha plant. We got a tiny one. We got a tiny. Except he didn't just write congratulations. He did well at first glance. It was just a recipe for coleslaw or something. But if you look closely, what he really meant, he would sometimes hide messages in that way. He used to love hiding messages in his columns for the New York Star and Globe.
Who did?
Randall. Get him in here. Get him in here. You should do pink. The pink one's really pretty. I like that the leaves are little frogs.
Carry on reading. No, look.
The editor made him provide a weekly column, but he found it such a tedious task to do that sometimes he challenged himself to write it so he could hide a message in that way. He paid in several of your London period photos, didn't he? That's right, he only did it as long as I never revealed in public. So that is him. I suppose it doesn't matter anymore, though. No idea why he was so secretive, although his line of work often called for investigative journalism. I don't think he ever had to go undercover or anything. Perhaps he was hoping to go into the line of work in the future. Your London period ended when he died, isn't that right? Well, I left soon after. That's what I hadn't any having distinct periods like Picasso or whatever or whoever. I just felt like I couldn't stay. The whole market that we were a part of that had developed and become so fun to be a part of crumble instantly. I suddenly felt so alone and decided it was best to move on. It was around the time when I started the time. So you don't think of Consume as being a part of a distinct phase of your career? Not particularly. I don't really think of my career as being easily visible. It's more of a gradual evolution, which this latest step. I quite like the idea of phases, but it's more, I think, scholars and critics analyzing my work think of more than I do. When that's not to say they're wrong. Hell, maybe I should think perhaps it's my development as an artist. Crystal. Wait. Oh, she did what he did. Consume.
Oh yeah.
Crystal, One Globe, New York Star.
Who hid the messages?
Who? There's an owl in here.
Who hid their messages?
Randall. In the columns.
See, I thought that was the
weekly columns. This.
Weekly column pages. Let's see. Where's Randall's? Oh, this is all by Randall. This was written.
EXED exit.
Where are you looking?
1, 2, 3, 4.
We don't want to base.
Hey!
Quiet tension shimmer beneath a facade of calm as the xenophobic rhetoric escalates, creates an divide. This isn't written by Randall. This is written by Randall. Screaming that I have a bag of tiny frogs. Maybe I get a second bonsai. I didn't have both. Yeah. KQYVKKAK. Nothing looks off.
Exit is the only thing that like looks potentially like. Oh.
No, that's not his. Written by Randall, I don't think.
Yeah, it's just
Our entertainment correspondent Jim Litchfield. So that's not Randall's. This is Randall's. Education, visionary. Blah, blah, blah. Blah blah blah. What did it say about him?
about who?
About the hidden
Messages.
Mm.
He hid it well. He would sometimes hide messages in that way. He used to love hiding messages in his Star and Glow. The editor made him write a week, but he found it right so he could hide a message.
Nothing's leaping out at me.
No, nothing was leaving out. What's the website called? I just want to type murder cases, Cryptic Killers. But I almost just pressed on the suspect one.
Right now, I think it's Tony.
I think it's also Tony. Rachel sounds innocent.
Mm.
But I guess you would make yourself sound innocent.
She and Tony both left the country. But the main suspect, I think, is Tony, right?
Well, I don't know. It's just between those two. He left without a word.
Yeah. Like the tiny frogs around people's houses. Funny you say that. We got a bunch of tiny ducks. I reckon she'll play fetch with a duck.
Oh, the millionaire isn't the number one seller.
The one we bought. That was the first one, right?
That was the first
I think you can get to clues if you look on the here. There. Market part 1 hints.
Look, there's so many. I wanted to casino. Oh wait, they're in order.
Oh. So we missed.
Well, we
a
didn't
bunch.
miss her. Oh, there's more coming soon.
Nice.
I'm not sure what to start with. I think Tony Harbour.
Wait, keep going now. Oh, is it just? Wait, is there one on the suspect? I mean, thingy. I think we're fine. I think we should just guess. Well, I don't think it's a guess. I think it's Tony.
I think it's Rachel.
It's Rachel.
Smaller than him, had a
Right. I guess Tony. We don't know enough about Tony. What does it say about Tony? Oh wait, no, we do know that it wasn't Tony because Tony wasn't there at the murder. So it must be Rachel. Right?
Yeah.
So we guessing Rachel?
Yeah.
God. Rachel see. Oh. Managed to gather some more information. Things are beginning to get a bit unusual now. Please open envelope 2.
Oh. Okay, we're gonna.
So, wait, let's go through. Introduction letter is the main thing. Then we got anonymous letter addressed to Percy. Letter to George from Percy. AIA teletext sent telex sent October 25th. We got like 5 telex. 5 of them.
October 25th.
And then November 23rd. December 1st.
December 1st, 5th, and 13th.
Yeah. The photograph. And then form page from a book, webmail. Right. Part 2.
This second half shouldn't
No.
See, I think we would have been done with that other one so much quicker if we just realised we could access the online stuff.
I think I'm glad we did the first one off stream. And I'm kind of glad that we're doing these on stream. But, like, the first one was. You wanna. You not fully bring it back yet?
No, I think she's still learning that Kirby's gone. Need something small enough she can.
Yeah, that's why I thought the ducks would be good.
Dear PL.
Airs.
Here is the additional evidence I promised you. I'm limited for time, so I have no idea if this supports your findings from the front. Find it new information with the evidence from before. I've been helping to clear out my uncle's old house. I've come across a few things that might be of importance. First, a letter, brackets, with a photograph attached, which has been shoved into a drawer. It had no name or address on it, so I have no idea who wrote it. As it is typewritten, there is no way to check it against any handwriting samples. Presumably, my uncle would have had an inkling as to the author's identity, but alas, he isn't going to tell me. I'd also like to bring your attention to a letter my uncle wrote to me, admitting his confession was a lie. The letter he also provided intelligence documents, all news to me. Through a friend of a friend, I was able to contact someone who knew how to access these documents. Don't ask me who it was or how they were able to access it. I can't tell you. Anyway, Uncle Percy also passed on a book called Spies of London by Frederick Miller. Bookmarked to a specific page. It talked about intelligence agents living and working in Market Hill at the time Percy was living there. I wondered if it was possible that my about intelligence. I wondered if it was possible that my uncle was wrapped up in all of that. So I approached Mr. Miller to see if he had any more information. Miller was very kind and passed on some materials he had uncovered that he thought might be of use. It's staggering to think my uncle might have been a spy or aided intelligence work. Then again, it was the night of the. I think that's as far as I'm going to get with this. I don't have any of the leads. Now that you have all the information, hopefully you'll be able to find the true identity of the killer. When you know who the killer is, head over to the website and submit your form again. That'll come straight through to me. Yours, George St. John.
Right, so anonymous letter is probably the most interesting thing. Dear Percy, thanks for taking the fall back then. Part of me regrets how I acted, but I had no choice. Randall deserved to die. He was a traitor. I'm sorry I can't say more. I know that I will never be able to repay you for the years you served. Here's a token gesture. Photo taken that day in December 1965. I know this will mean a lot. This will mean a lot to you. Take some time to reflect. To realize I'm not who you think I am. That's the lecture from part 1. What time is it?
It's 5. Oh wait, hold on. No, yeah, 1, 2, yeah, 5. Wait, what?
Yeah. 24 hours.
Oh. Wait, so I am right. No, wait. What?
5:30. This. XVI 26. 26 times. Oh, wait.
Oh, that's
5:45.
Yeah, 5:45. Yes. Wait, no. 4:45.
No, because that's 5 and that's 6.
Oh, it's past 5. Sorry, I didn't realize. So yeah, 5:45.
So at 5:45, they were at
British Yard.
They were here. Greenwich Observatory.
Oh.
Christmas guest speaker Dr. Watkins, because he's at the observatory. So it took them 15 minutes to get from Market Hill to Greenwich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Ian's. Yeah, Ian was there on that date.
Right, let's read the rest of what we got. Read that first.
As the 1960s began, however, a new hub of American intelligence started to emerge in West London. Classified material have uncovered that, in particular, Market Hill became the center of intelligence activity, with several agents taking up residence there. From what the authorities gathered, the reason for this was its convenient location. Market Hill, a short trip on the central line away from the American embassy, Grosvenor Square, where some intelligence work was carried out. Also, was Market Hill already an international community? It was easy for American intelligence agents to blend in. There is no evidence to suggest that living in this area was an official mandate for intelligence officials. While The identity of the spy ring was kept under wraps for the most part. Its existence did begin to leak out. In particular, the investigative journalist Neil Albon tried to uncover the ring and managed to learn the identity of the member. Charles Ungar, aka 59200/3, it's believed that the first 5 digits were assigned to all American spies working in the market in the area. The last digit would distinguish the individual. Ungar, also known to those close to him as Charlie Chunker Chip, was second in command of the London Bureau of the AIA from 1961 until head. He served as bureau head for 5 years before stepping down. Oh, Album was also able to uncover some information on a covert assassin simply known as Flash 4, but his investigations were put to an abrupt halt. Since the newspaper lawyers were worried his investigation fell afoul of the Official Act. Despite the investigation ending, he managed to hold on to some photos taken with a microscope camera, which he believed is how Slash 4 was given orders. Said orders would be hidden in the front of an envelope sent to Slash 4, delivered in the post without anyone knowing. The entire message shrunk down to fit inside a comma approx 1 millimeter in diameter. Fig 1, a photo of a microdot message approximately 1 millimeter wide, originally the comma within a comma, photo taken by Album with his
Mike Maxwell, London, December 13th.
Yeah, Mike.
So, is it a case of missing identity? Who was Mike Maxwell? Because we've seen that name before, right?
He was in the letter of Fenwick, John Fenwick. He
While you look for it. Webmail, Spies of London and the Microdot. Can you help? Hi George, glad to hear you enjoyed my book. I'm glad to say you're in luck. I can be of help. During my research, I met Neil Albon, and he was very useful to me. He was disgruntled that the newspaper editors put the kibosh on the story back in the day. He was glad he could finally get the truth out. He was hopeful that this day would come, that he kept the photos he took of the microdot. He knew it was important evidence worth holding on to. Pass the photos on to me so I could tell the story. How did he come by it? Well, as he told me, he had been suspicious of Charles Unger, trying to find out more. He decided to covertly surveil him, and in doing so, found out which postbox he posted letters with. With that information, Albin followed the postman back to the sorting office. With the help of a few bribes to the right people, he managed to get access to Ungar's letters. With his microscope camera, he was able to take multiple pictures at different magnifications before popping the letter back in the post so that it could reach its intended destination. Albin never kept the actual microdot that is seen on page 88 in my book. However, he did take multiple photographs of the area in which the microdot was placed. In one of the zoomed out images, you will see that it's hidden within a comma. The highest magnification photo was the one I used in my book. Page 88 image you're interested in shows details on the target. Shows details on the target, their address, and the latest date that the hit needs to take place. I also have a microscope camera And by using that, we can zoom in on the lowest magnification photo provided by Albin. By doing so, we can see where the message was hidden. Alas, it's not high enough clarity to make out what the microdot says, but rest assured it's the same microdot as on page 88. I've uploaded footage of this to your website as requested. Head over to the following URL to access it.
What if I just put hair down my hair right now? Yeah, now let it set while we do this.
Let your hair rest. You've bleached it twice.
Oh, Salem. Whenever Salem cleans himself, how do you explain it? His mouth squelches when he cleans it. It's disgusting.
Owner, Market Hill Road, Will Fauna, W11 4NR. That's so that wasn't pretty much. Oh,
Mike Maxwell is someone that Randall investigated something to do with. He's to do with now.
Right. So what was that about 03 and 01 and 0?
It is believed that the first 5 digits were assigned to all American spies working in the Market Hill area. The last digit.
Right, and then what did it say about 03?
No. Right. That is Charles Ungar or Charlie Chocolate.
Right. Okay, so this is the first one. We lost contact with 3 of our undercover agents in East Germany. We believe that they have been captured by the authorities. For 3 of our agents who have been captured so quickly, it suggests that one of our agents is a mole, taking secret info from the enemy. It's an imperative we find out who it is and stop it. Long had suspicions that the company Pan Global Export cover for Soviet intelligence. We delayed taking action to shut down this company because we've been working on getting a mole for ourselves. I've been analyzing which of their employees would be the most susceptible to being turned to our side. I think I'm getting close to finding our man. Right. So that's from 01. Then
Game man.
Next one is this one. Ah! 592003.
That's Charles. Yeah.
Managed to successfully convert one of the KGB agents in London over to our side. An American citizen by birth, the KGB recruited him 10 years ago, but he has since grown disillusioned with the spy game. Promised him a return to America and a pardon in exchange for becoming a double agent, continuing to work for us. Yeah. Targeting the PGE network, this agent will be referred to as Agent X from Heroin.
Heron.
Heroin. From Heroin. Yeah, the bonsai instructions are really bad. Sometimes it's just like, do this, and then it just shows you like the completed picture. Agent X manages and coordinates agents who gather intelligence. He also organizes payments to them in return for their work. Passes the information they gather back to his superiors in the USSR, all under the guise of being it being PGE business. Agent X informed us that the individual leaking our secret intelligence to the enemy is Agent 592002.
I don't know.
Write these down.
Sure. Okay. So one. Who's one? The head?
One is Ungar.
No, three is Ungar.
Oh, three. Yeah, one is. We don't know much about one. Agent X is Tony. Yeah. Three is the one that converted Tony. So Ungar converted Tony. Two is the mole.
One P, isn't it?
Ah. According to Agent X, he meets with two at a station on the London Underground where two provides information rolled up in fake cigarettes.
Oh, Agent 2 is Randall.
Randall, yeah.
So wait, meets with Agent 2. Agent 2 offers cigarettes. To
Agent X were to ask him for a cigarette, to which two would kindly oblige. Nobody would think anything of it. One of the pieces of information two recently passed over to Agent X was a list of our agents currently active in the area. Agent X has kept it instead of passing it on to his superiors at the KGB. Our identities remain secure for the time being. Please advise the next step on what to do with. So basically, one is most of the correspondence to HQ.
But what am I writing down for that? I mean,
So Tony has kept the evidence against Randall. Right. December 3rd. Agent X has provided us with a copy of a letter that his KGB superiors asked him to pass on to two. Agent X is under the impression that it provides the clue to crack in this month's cipher, although he doesn't know how. He has set to work to decoding it. There is a growing concern that two is leaking too much information, and if two ever gets wise to Agent X swapping sides from CIA, might try to alert the KGB superiors in code only those in the know could break. To break in his code would be majorly beneficial. We're sending a copy of the letter in case your code breakers are able to do it more quickly. This can be found at the base of the message. Agent X will be sent back to America shortly. They will be traveling under the guise of PG European manager for a company meeting on the 10th. We expect to obtain critical information. This is the letter.
oh, hello, Uncle. I have good news for you. Victoria might live once X-ray realizes what's swirling the chest. I'll pick you closer. Oh, Victoria might live once X-ray realizes what's swirling her.
Quarreling.
Allah hoping she pulls through. Granny Sarah especially. But young kid Neil is doing just fine and changingly. Hope you got the message. I typed it all by myself. I'll write you again next month. Your nephew.
Last message. I'm back to deciphering it.
No, it's not. It's written by a child.
No, it's not. It's encrypted. Agent X will be. Wait, we're sending you a copy of the letter in case your code breakers are able to put more quickly. This can be found at the base of the message. This is the message. That's what it says. Urgent. The identity of our covert agent had been compromised by two. Two has learned that Agent X never passed the agent list on to the KGB. Agent X had previously told us how Two would attempt to convey this news if he ever discovers Agent X had betrayed him. We've uncovered the message Two sent covertly to his superiors, although his message would have been read by thousands of people. Only his superiors would have known what it meant, thankfully. Agent X was able to gather intelligence from the KGB on how the cipher works before he left for America. We were able to decrypt the message. Not sure when the message from Two will reach the KGB contacts in Washington, but because Agent X doesn't know his cover is blown, sending him to today's meeting to get more information will still be beneficial. Please advise on the next steps that our cover in Market Hill has been blown. To confirm, 4 has followed through with your request. Please. So 4 is the one who killed them. Right?
I don't think Randall was supposed to be killed.
Well, Randall was the spy for the KGB.
Yeah, but I don't think Randall was supposed to be killed. I think they were going to kill him. That don't make sense. Send him back.
To George, I write this knowing that I have very little time left. And I suppose before I go, I should get the record straight regarding the whole Randall Thomas affair. Ever since that cold December day, I've been thinking about what I did, about what happened to Tomlinson, and what I did afterwards. Ever since leaving prison, I've kept those facts to myself, not wanting to relive a painful past, and because I wanted to get on with my life and not face charges of perverting the course of justice. I thought it was easier that way, and in a sense it was, but I know people are forever curious, so I might as well get the facts down while I still can, so that the truth does not die with me. You have been the one who chased the truth the most doggedly. I leave this letter to you. It all began because I had what I suppose you might call a crush on a woman named Rachel Wiseman. As these things go, she didn't reciprocate. She had a thing, or at least I thought she had a thing for this man named Randall Tomlinson. But that unrequited love, that that passion where you do absolutely anything for them makes people act in strange ways, or at least it did with me. Tomlinson had been taking advantage of her affections in a way I thought it was abhorrent. I tried to encourage her to do something about it. I met her in the evening on the day before and told her to teach him a lesson. I think I might have even told her to kill him. It's been so long I can't remember if I told her that or just wanted to tell her that. I definitely thought about telling her that. It seemed like the perfect solution. Rachel would stand up to the person who had taken advantage of her feelings. I'd have her for myself. When I slept it off, I went round to her flat to try and stop her, or at least apologize for raising the idea. I couldn't find her. When the evening papers reached newsstands, I discovered the horrible news that Randall had been pushed in front of a train. Immediately, I thought Rachel had done it. I guess I panicked. Partly, I felt somewhat to blame for putting the idea in her head. Maybe there was also some foolish notion of chivalry, of wanting to protect her from having to go to prison. Perhaps I then convicted myself of wanting another man dead and then feeling bad when it all came true. I guess all these things added up, and in the end, I confessed to Tomlinson's murder. I knew in the back of my head that what I was doing was wrong, but I suppose I just wanted her to notice what I was doing for her. I guess it considered it an incredibly noble thing to do. Foolish now back at Foolish now looking back at it, especially considering it didn't work. From what I gather, she left London not long after, deciding to travel the world, continuing her photography in cities around the globe. Friends of mine were very kind and always sent me prints of her work. I wanted to meet her when I got out, but I learned she was no longer living in the UK, and the conditions of my release from prison forbid me from the country. Bit of a trauma king, ain't he? Did Rachel actually do it? I suppose you'll have to work that out for yourself. From what I've read, it seems that there were a lot of intelligence gathering going on in the neck of the woods, in that neck of the woods, all taking place right under my nose. It's all emerging now that all the information is being declassified. Not particularly interested in any of it anymore. It's all in the past, though I shall leave you a book I once read, which you might find interesting. Anyway, it it might be callous to say Randall Tomlinson deserves to die. Not that I want to be callous about it, but I don't think the passage of time has made any more sympathetic. It made me any more sympathetic to that man than I was back in the 60s. So long, with love, Percy. So, I think we know that it wasn't. Well, not Rachel. It wasn't Tony. Because Tony is Agent 1, right? No, not Agent 1.
Agent X.
Agent X. Agent 4 is the one who committed it. 4 has followed through with your request. Right? What is this? Victoria might.
I think it's Mike.
Mike Maxwell.
Yeah. I'll look at hints. Wait, should we see who the suspects are?
Is options? Or is it?
Oh yeah, it's you gotta type it in. I think it was Mike. No, wait, it can't be Mike. He's not. He's not an agent. He was he was British.
Not a British intelligence agency?
No.
Oh, it's America Intelligence.
So it's not Mike. It's not.
We need to decipher this.
Yeah, let's do that before we eat.
I can't remember what it's called, but I'm pretty sure there's like a cipher where you misspell words and you hide it in the misspelling words. You know? Specioli. Young. From HQ. From HQ that.
No, that's the one where you like.
Caesar cipher is the one where you swap a letter for a letter, I think.
We've had something like that.
Oh, wait, I think we missed this one. Message received and understood. We cannot have any more sensitive information leaked. Will therefore be liquidated by December 13th latest. Please have 3 contact 4 the usual way, requesting they get the job done. Then send a message on the dot.
Oh, wait, 3. So I have Charles message 4 in the usual way, requesting they get the job done.
Wait, who is this sent to? Hold on. I think that's what this is for. Owner 226 Market Hill Road. Do we know anyone that lived on Market Hill Road?
Yeah, a lot of people. Market Hill Road. 26. So Randall lived 226. Oh, the gallery.
The gallery. So it could have been or it could have been the owner of the gallery. Victoria. Vicky, even. Wait, what did that email say again?
This is how the cat.
Their address and the. Wait, Mike Maxwell is Randall.
Oh, is that the message?
Yeah. Market Hill, 64A.
Yeah, he lived at 64A.
Yeah, so Mike Maxwell is Randall.
Oh, shit.
Wait, so what was we saying about Mike?
NATO is in the top letter down here.
The milkman rises. Who's the milkman? I don't understand what the relevance of the photo is. He is the milkman. His milk is delicious. All right, thank you.
Oh, that's measurement, you fucking idiot. I was reading, I was like, what the fuck is that? British are 2 feet 1 foot, and then that's just measurement. Oh shit. How did we miss that?
I don't know.
Surely we wouldn't have missed that.
It's her in the photo. At 5:45.
Well, she's not the killer then. That proves she's not the killer. Surely.
You realize I'm not who I think you. I'm not who you think I am. So who's Agent 4 then? Who the hell is Agent 4? We gotta decipher this. I think this will give us who Agent 4 is. Because this is meant to tell us who all of the agents are, right?
Well, there's a hint here called agentless.
Hmm. Do we want to go down the hint route?
I wouldn't play Roblox.
Well, see if we can work out the cipher. If it does it give us a hint on how to crack the cipher?
Oh wait, hold on. One letter. There's little letters.
Oh wait, yeah.
A B. Yeah. Said. I think it's.
So Victoria is A?
Yeah.
B, C, D, E, F, A.
No, that's hate. Wait. That's A. Yeah, K.
Yeah. K, L,
Oh,
M,
it's
N,
counting the
O,
amount
P,
of
Q, R.
words. 26. Yeah.
Then this might be the 3, 4. I think this might be the deciphering. Like, oh god, oh. So these are the letters of the alphabet, right?
Mm.
I have good news for you.
Oh my gosh! Each letter starts. Each word starts with a different letter. Okay. A.
V.
B.
M.
C.
L.
E.
O.
E.
X.
F.
R.
G.
W.
H.
Q.
I.
C.
J.
A.
K.
H.
L.
S.
M.
P.
N.
T.
O.
G.
E.
Z.
Q.
E.
A B C D F G H I J Q R
B.
S
Y.
E
A.
U
N.
M on
N. November.
November.
I.
Wait, A B C D E F G H I K A. No, I don't know how to say that.
Ain't no way.
H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V.
Get to N. I.
W
D.
X
J.
Y
F.
Z.
U.
Oi!
No!
Baby!
Right, so translate this. H. O.
Wait,
I think it's the other way around.
yeah.
So left side, right side, you're translating from the right side. O. You might want to rewrite it.
Yeah. Let's.
I don't know if it's. I don't think it's a full message, so I think we'll have to like get a sub message of this.
How would I do it?
So
Hold on. H I A M E U S E W
26 lines. That's useful, isn't it? Right, so A, I think, is J. Do you want to check that? On J.
Yeah. Oh.
A is A, yeah. Put another dash. B is
Balls.
R.
R.
C is
I.
Wait, what? Oh, I thought you said Y. D.
W.
Be midway through.
Yeah. Y.
Midway again.
O.
Front end. Yeah, okay.
Right. Yeah. I'll just double check. V. T. L.
C. B.
That wasn't at the bottom. U.
D.
Yeah.
Interesting now.
Wait.
Z.
Z. Yeah. V. A. X. E.
Right, so H.
Is it not Caesar?
That's just a mess.
We did all of that for nothing.
Feels like it. I love the hint.
Yeah.
Two. One letter. Imperial 4, 0, 2, and 0. We did that right. The alphabet is handwritten in chronological order. Fortunately, due to like each word. Oh,
You wrong?
makes sense. No. JRIWYOAVX. Yeah, we got that. Read the Art Gazing magazine. Online evidence. Huh? How did we get there?
Oh, art gazing.
Ah. looking for? Read the first letter of each of those.
The entire thing? Or just all the capitals?
The first letter of each.
Oh, F, C, F.
Oh wait, no, not in there. Art gazing. She mentions that he likes to hide stuff in his column.
Yeah. Congratulations.
In here. 1. Education.
ED, EXED.
Yeah.
Q? No, because then it would be Q, QJQ.
Was QD. W. BSC. Z. B.
Wait, say it. Say them out.
A. S.
C, A, L, I, A, L, I, U, R, I, N, C, E.
Endurance.
I feel like that's supposed to be a lion.
Two. See what 2 is.
Oh, wait, no. E, U.
Wait, where are you looking?
Oh, no. V.
What you
I'm just making sure it's right. S. E. Okay, yeah. E. M. I. A. E. M. Wait.
What was that guy's name that wrote that book in there? Olga?
No.
No. Olga.
Frederick Miller. What? X. Move your hand. Wait, what did we do? Mike M. E, C, Mike M. V. A. J. X.
E.
Yeah, Maxwell.
So Agent 2 is Mike Maxwell.
Oh, yeah. Which is him.
Yeah.
Um,
Don't know.
3. L. C. H. Charles. Yeah, V. Yeah, it's Charles. Wait, what's S?
Olga.
Wait.
N. Charles Unger.
Yeah, okay. 4. A. J. O. Joe,
B.
B. O. O. Moss. B. Jordan. B. A. Jordan. Oh, M. B. 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 O. H. A. Y. S. S.
Jordan Brox.
I've not heard that name at all. But that's a killer.
Who the hell is Jordan Brox?
Agent 4.
What? Is that Tony's name?
Agent X.
Jordan Brooks. We missed that. Did we? Yeah, GG.
Okay, sorry.
Randall has blown the cover of all agents and given away his true identity, Mike Maxwell. Yeah.
Well, we already figured that out before we did this.
But Jordan Brooks. Who the hell is Jordan Brooks?
That's Agent 4.
Yeah, but is that, do we put that in? Is that the answer? Should I just put that in?
Yeah. That's Agent 4 and Agent 4 did it, right?
Should I check the other hints before you confirm? So if we did the full message, it's Tony is a mole. He still has agent list. That's what that first bit is.
Yeah. Oh, this one's supposed to say Ali Prince.
Oh, did we get wrong?
You. E? L. B is supposed to be. No, that doesn't make sense because.
So B is R.
Yeah.
Wait, it's this one.
Yeah, Z is supposed to be. Oh yeah, ZP. It does. That was my bad. Oh, reread the telexes.
We look at the final hints.
Alban was also able to uncover some information on a covert assassin simply known as Jordan, but his investigation was put on a abrupt halt. He claims the newspaper's lawyers were worried his investigation fell afoul of the Official Act. Despite the investigation ended, he managed to hold on to some photos taken by This is how Four was given orders. Said orders would be hidden in front of an envelope to.
4 is her
She's 4.
because they sent the order to thingy.
Yeah, she's the killer.
Do we give Jordan Brooks or do we give? Wait, should we look at the final hints? Do not proceed unless you found an alibi for Rachel Wiseman. Oh well, that's her alibi. So it's not Rachel.
Wait, Agent 4 was not sent to kill him. Agent 4 isn't the killer. Agent 4 was sent to get something done, not to kill them. Whisper to me, Bangchan, who is it? Okay, Bangchan told me the answer.
Like dynamite. Yes. Still thinking it was Jonas. Me too. To confirm, 4 has followed through with your request.
Yeah, but it doesn't say what the request is. It doesn't say to go kill him.
Where's the from HQ? They get the job done.
What job? It doesn't say.
Mike Maxwell will be liquidated.
What does liquidate?
Killed.
I don't.
Please have 3, which is Charles Unger. Contact 4 in the usual way, requesting that they get the job done. Did we ever figure out who 3 was?
Ozanga.
No, but like in relation to the others.
No, he's just. Oh wait.
Is it her?
That's Rachel.
Milligan?
Oh.
Vicky?
I don't know.
We look at the hints.
No, because we need to find the alibi for.
Well, that's the alibi. She was at the clock tower.
Okay.
Read the spies from London, torn page information, how covert. Now turn your attention. Read the webmail. Oh. This is just confusing me more. Wait.
That's not. Wait, what's her name? Vicky Milligan. Okay, never mind.
Milligan. Oh, Frederick Miller. Neil Albin. Wait, what did you say about?
Albin was also able to uncover some information on covert assassins, simply known as.
Yeah, Frederick Miller says the page on 88 image you're interested in shows details on the target. Their address. 4 has been given orders to kill Mike Maxwell, who resides at 64A Market Hill Road. Where else have you seen that? We've seen it. Because we know that it's him.
Jordan Brooks is the name we have.
Liquidate Randall. Oh no, 226 Market Hill Road.
I think it's her. No.
It's not Rachel, it's the other one. Vicky.
Yeah.
Is it Vicky Milligan then?
Yeah. Just look at the last name.
W. the owner, Sharia, is Vicky Milligan.
It's Vicky.
Hey!
So we got it right.
Well, let's hint and answers.
You were right.
I thought we were. Like, it makes sense.
Because they wouldn't address it to. They wouldn't address it to Rachel through there.
Her real name.
Jordan Brooks.
Jordan. Market Hill killer reveal. In the year 1965, a chilling event sent shockwaves through the New York Star and Globe. Randall Tomlinson, a correspondent once esteemed by this very publication, was pushed in front of an oncoming train in the London Underground. A man named Percy St. John soon after confessed to his murder. This case, shrouded in mystery and misdirection for decades, has recently been unraveled by detectives who were employed by George St. John, nephew of Percy, in an attempt to clear his family name. Documents from the American Intelligence Agency redirected the finger of blame towards the real perpetrator, an American spy living under the alias of Vicky Milligan, artist gallery owner whose identity was Brooks. This saga unravels further. I had a nail in my mouth. Unravels further, exposing Tomlinson, or Michael Maxwell, as known in the clandestine world, as a double agent deeply enmeshed in espionage. Tomlinson was covertly funneling classified American intelligence to the KGB, a portrayal that marked him for assassination by his fellow countrymen. Before his untimely demise, Tomlinson hid a list of secret agents that were active in the Market Hill area with an encrypted acrostic embedded in one of his newspaper columns, a column that had already gone to print before Randall was killed. Percy St. John got caught in a mix of loyalty and unreturned love, wrongly confessed to the murder to protect Rachel Wiseman, mixed up in a complicated relationship with Tomlinson. Tomlinson had been taken advantage of Rachel financially, leading Percy to mistakenly believe that Rachel pushed to her limits, responsible for Tomlinson's death. This complex tale peels away the layers of international espionage to expose human elements within, highlighting the emotional toll it takes on those involved. Among those involved was a spy named Tony Harbour, a figure who, unbeknownst to Tomlinson, defected to AIA from the KGB, effectively acting as a double agent. Tomlinson would supply Tony rolled up in fake cigarettes. Without Tony, it is believed that the American would have lost 3 of its London-based agents to assassination. The aftermath of the murder saw both Tony and Brooks vanish, presumably returning to American soil. Their whereabouts are now shrouded in mystery, although it is likely that they, along with the other Market Hill colleagues, all live under a new identity safe from harm's way. We did it!